and once a year they come here close to the state line and draw their own battle lines. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida Gators, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Georgia about to kick it off to get us underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Looking for a productive play on first down. Hold it, finds his man on the left. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short. And the Gators come to the line in the hurry-up. There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, Dave. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players in that locker room, you've had this game circled all offseason. This game is your opportunity to prove, not just to your conference, not just to the SEC, but to everybody in college football, just how good you are as a team and how good your conference is.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap. Try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
On second down, wants to throw. With the catch, it's Livingston. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Always nice to have that security blanket of the tight end.
And it's nice to have a tight end that can line up in different areas of the field, too. He's not always going to be in a three-point stance. He can sometimes be in the backfield. You can flex him out into the slot. They might even try to put this guy out at wide receiver in the split end position and see what he can do there, because this guy is a weapon.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
And how about setting the tone right there? Like, you're going to cover this guy coming across the field. Get it to him early on the first drive. Let him know this playmaker is going to be touching the ball early and often, and he picks up the big game.
They go to the ground. Shows him the stiff arm. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy in the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
The Gators pick up the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering...
Touchdown, Gators! What a grab and go for the score.
Well, you know, this offensive coordinator scripts his opening 10, 15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown, everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. A first down for the offense. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Stands in and takes the hit. And he hauls it in inside the 30. Flying down the right side. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
After that latest answer, tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. The Gator ground game is lurking in the murky waters, and it has been most effective.
Yeah, we've seen them in the past, man. When Florida's really cooking, they've got some good backs. They've got some good balance, but they've got some physicality, and that's what you want to see from this unit.
Give to the running back. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Fires to the big fella. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. The Gators headed quickly to the line. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
And I tell you what, when defenses play zone, all eyes are on the quarterback. You have a zone to drop to, but you're setting on the quarterback, reading his eyes. Great job by the defense, understanding the ball was coming out, breaks on the football, goes and makes the INT.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Georgia.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. Leaves it with the running back. Tough run across the 5. He'll get it all the way out to the 8-yard line.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the back. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Well, it's an electrifying run. You think about the tradition at the running back position for the Bulldogs. Herschel Walker and his Heisman Trophy. No Sean Marino. And how about this? Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and Sony Michel all there at the same time. I bet this guy could have gotten to that rotation, though, because he's got those types of skills.
They believe in that running game. Got 6 before he stopped at the 23. Last time these two met, the big dogs ate as Georgia rolled easily.
And taking care of business in a rivalry game like they did, it means a lot. The bragging rights are even better. I can talk about stomping you out. Speaking of stomp, 2007, Mark Richt getting the team to run on the field, celebrate. Those are the moments that you think about in this series that mean so much.
Yeah, we talked to the Gator coaching staff. They said it felt like Herschel Walker was back toting the rock for the Bulldogs. I mean, they had no answer for Georgia's running game a season ago. Defensively, the Gators know they've got to be a lot more physical in this one.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short clip that counts as a completion. It goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between them.
He uncorks one deep. And he makes the catch inside the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Georgia.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Ohio State is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners like Eddie George and Archie Griffin in the pantheon of greats in Columbus. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oregon. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Using his legs, it's Daniels. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Livingston. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy. And the Gators want to pick up the tempo. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Caught behind the line. It's Abrams. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel in the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Gators line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Takes a handoff. It's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They'll leave it with him. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, two programs, obviously, with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well, and it's so cool when you're a fan and you've played in this game like me and Jesse both have. You can go back to a singular moment like Run, Lindsey, Run in 1980, which was a 3rd and long on their own 7 that they converted Georgia to go on to win a national title. Big games.
Open runway ahead. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Direct snap. Works his way ahead for about 3. It's down at the 8. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wide out in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
They'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Dropping back, it's Grishada. He's got his man. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And wait a second, there's a flag on the field. Let's check that one out. The Bulldogs trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. The give to the tailback. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal for the offense. Goes to the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. And the defense snatches it, and they've reversed the field.
Listen, there's so many athletic quarterbacks now that do the design runs. I got to make them pay. I got to physically hit them as hard as I can, as many opportunities as I get. They run the design quarterback run. Nice job being physical, forcing the fumble.
They'll give it to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. He'll pull it down and run. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. The Gators want to crank the tempo. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. This offense will start doing business from their own 18-yard line on 1st down. On the run, it's Daniels. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. He's going to run it. On the move at the 30. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Corner's going to give them room. On the run, fires downfield. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Takes it the other way. Into the end zone unimpeded. Except for that piece of laundry on the field, this might be coming back. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Caught in the backfield, it's Daniels. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
He's got it. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to take off. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Coming after it. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gators will boot it away to start the second half. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the returner will be brought down. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first...
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
They'll come to the line and try to get out of this mess on second down from the 5. Back to throw, it's Rashada. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Oh, that's going to be a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
So after taking the safety, they'll line up for a free kick from their own 20.
The returner is tackled down at the 37. And the Florida offense will take over. First and 10.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job of pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
When you're a defense, you need to stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
The Gators will hustle to the line. They're getting this guy lathered up. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. And 3 receivers on the left side here on second and short. The Gators get enough for the first down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
And the Gators have it with a first and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Now they're going to throw it. Gets it out fast. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
On second down, looking to throw. Gets it out quickly. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down.
And as an offense, you've got an unconventional call. You're trying to get your receiver the ball using pre-snap motion, but you've got to do a better job up front blocking. Couldn't get it done, and now it sets up fourth down.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. And the incomplete pass turns the ball over on down.
You know, offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Right back to it. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves to change for the first down.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the second level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Looking for room, it's Frazier. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Power football with the run. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Georgia comes quickly to the line. They'll try to run for it. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him, get in the backfield and make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
The offense in its own end still needing a couple of yards for the first down, but they'll stay out there and go for it on fourth. Off the RPO, throw to the right, looking for the first. At the 40, there he goes. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage total. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now on the option. Oh, there's a loose football on the bad pitch. The D scoops it up, and everybody reverses field. Got a lot of room to the right. The tag. Touchdown, Florida. The defense takes matters into their own hands.
the way they bring on the football, swarm to the football. This is why you do it, because sometimes the ball comes out, the linebacker picks it up, and tell you what, the big fella shows some speed, takes it all the way back for 6.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Off the play fake on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Picked off. Got room on the return. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
Handoff from the gun. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. He's racked up 92 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season.
16.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. That pass is incomplete. The Gators in the hurry up.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Well, it's 4th and short, and you're sort of in no man's land at this point near midfield. I think if you're on offense here, you're going to have to go for it. You're going to have to show confidence in your guys to get it done and go get you the win.
They'll try it on the ground. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
Takes the handoff. It's Daniels. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating them up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on to David. Finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know that coming in. He's going to get his. Such a great back, and he's had a great day. Need to put more plays together like that right there.
Got it set up on the outside. He's brought down solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Quick strike complete. Touchdown Gators! They move on top here in the fourth.
Man, how about this quarterback right away seeing, I got to get rid of the football. There's a lot of guys near the line of scrimmage. He spits it out, and I let my receiver do the rest. Let my playmaker make me look really good. Really nice pitch and catch. And guess what? You got the lead now in the fourth quarter.
Fast motion from the offense. Looking for the corner on the jet sweep. He's not going to make it. Still a one-point game here in the fourth. They had hoped to push this edge out to a field goal. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Touch pass on the run. Across the 45. He's off to the races. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Dogs! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with the QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the fourth quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
They'll line up to go for two. Got his man quickly. He gets it into the end zone. The two-point try is good, and now the lead is 7. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Oh, he's going to go for the return. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Just a short pass to the tight end. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like, because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the side.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of the big play coming on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. The Gators are in the hurry-up.
And if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. They've gotten pushed back, but he's still 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game. And Defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
Lining up for the PAT. And no problem on that extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the fourth. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. A lot of we ares inside that stadium today. Penn State is running away with things, and that offense looks unstoppable. They're up by 21 over Notre Dame. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play call. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. To throw, it's Rashada. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Motion from the offense. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. They'll go hurry up here. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series, but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a third down stop. Caught near the sticks. It's Evans. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. We've got a timeout on the field, and we are set up for a terrific finish. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. This is a designed run. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looks as if he's going to run it. Oh, look out, the ball's free. Now the defense has got it going the other way.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? You get the big hit and force the fumble.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. He wants to throw. Lofts one high and deep. Touchdown, Gators! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
And, man, this game has been awesome. Some back and forth. Now you take the lead late. Nice job by the offense. And now you just need your defense to come through for you. One more time. One stop. Less than a minute remaining. Go out there and finish this thing off.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Now, last drive didn't take long, just 2 plays to get it in. And they finished the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's going to have to show off his poise, David. They practice these late-game situations, but how's this guy going to respond?
And I got a little bit of time to work with here, so I watch the defense, and if they're going to drop back and play real conservative like they tend to do late in the game, let's get a few shots over the middle first before we have to take that deep shot.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Back to throw, it's Rashada. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He's going to fire deep. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the fourth quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football. And they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best. At that time, they were able to force an incompletion.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. It's caught. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Georgia going up tempo. He's going to pass. Complete to the right. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And guys, if they can somehow, some way find their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the fourth. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
Well, we've seen this defense make plays time and time again in this game. They may have just sealed it with that takeaway.
The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. And David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.